Critics call Hulu's Good American Family a half-hearted, mad and messy saga that is redeemed if you watch to the end. The first two episodes of Hulu's ripped from the headlines limited series, Good American Family, debuted on the streamer March 19, and critics are divided. The mad and messy saga, Nick Stager, the Daily Beast, is based on the story of Natalia Grace, played by newcomer Imogen Faith Reed, a Ukrainian-born orphan with a rare form of dwarfism who is adopted by a Midwestern family, only to be abandoned a year later when they start to suspect she may not be who she says she is. Golden Globe nominee Ellen Pompeo, Grey's Anatomy, executive produces and stars as Christine Barnett, Natalia's adoptive mother, and Emmy winner Mark Duplass, The Morning Show, plays Michael Barnett, Christine's optimistic husband. The project also features Christina Hendricks, Sarayu Blue, and Delay Hill. Told from multiple perspectives, Good American Family currently has a 40% at Rotten Tomatoes and a generally favorable Metacritic score of 63, based on 8 reviews. Critics are split over whether the show is worth seeing, though with Saloni Gajar, the AV Club, writing, the show drags out its run, finding salvation only whenever Natalia Grace confronts her past directly. The trial's outcomes are already there for all to see, and the lengthy run-up to them will likely prompt a quick Google search from viewers. And that's honestly a better, healthier option than sticking with Good American Family. Christina Escobar, RogerEbert.com, had a more positive take, noting, people can be both cruel and kind, and that goes for almost everyone in Good American Family, making it a much more complicated show than its initial offering hints at. So watch to the end for a thoughtful mediation on guilt, justice, and redemption. It's worth it. Katie Robbins serves as creator and executive producer, and ran the show with executive producer Sarah Sutherland. Ellen Pompeo executive produces through her production banner Calamity Jane with Laura Holstein. Andrew Stern, Dan Spilo, Niles Kirkner, and Mike Epps also executive produce. Liz Garbus directed and executive produced the pilot. Good American Family will debut new episodes every Wednesday through April 30. Here are some more reviews. Akos Peterbanks, Looper. The shortcomings of how it's told and what tools the writers use are undeniably there to weaken the viewing experience. I wish that instead of employing a sensationalist approach that often opts for exploitative, misleading, and anger-inducing portrayals, there could have been a more straightforward and unembellished way to tell Natalia's maddening, yet ultimately affecting life story. Creator Katie Robbins, Sunny, synthesizes the myriad perspectives into a solid and engaging dramatization of this headline-grabbing saga. Good American Family does redeem itself in the back half, but it's a stretch to say it ever justifies its existence. Ultimately, this series ends up just being another true crime title you can watch in the background, and it certainly doesn't break any of the molds it set out to smash. When the external reality of Natalia's life inevitably intrudes, Good American Family buckles under the weight. Even as the whole disappoints, however, Good American Family stands out in parts. There's just enough harrowing sorrow, eye-popping oddity in acting. Whether good or hammy, there's undeniably a lot of it, to make for a transfixing watch. As with all true crime, with or without the gloss of prestige, you may not be locked in for the right reasons, but you also can't quite look away. This ham-fisted and half-hearted approach to a ripped-from-the-headline series has nothing new to say. When Hulu announced Good American Family *, a sweeping multi-generational drama promising to redefine the modern family narrative, expectations soared. With a high-profile cast, an ambitious storyline, and marketing that teased a bold exploration of American identity, many anticipated a prestige-level hit. Instead, what they got was a series that critics have labeled everything from half-hearted to a mad and messy saga. Though some argue its redemption lies in sticking it out until the final episodes. From the first episode, Good American Family makes clear that it intends to tackle everything. Generational trauma, racial identity, class struggles, and the ever-elusive concept of the American dream. At the center of the story is the Rivera Foster family, an interracial, blended family living under one roof in Chicago. The show ambitiously spans multiple decades, with flashbacks, dream sequences, and fourth-wall-breaking monologues peppered throughout. If that sounds like a lot, that's because it is, a point that many critics have not hesitated to highlight. The show bites off more than it can chew, writes The Hollywood Reporter There's a compelling story buried under the weight of its own ambitions, but it gets lost in a sea of tonal inconsistencies and subplots that feel more like afterthoughts than well-developed arcs. Much of the discourse surrounding Good American Family centers on its structural choices. In an era where nonlinear storytelling has become the norm, the show leans heavily into its time-hopping format. While some viewers may appreciate the puzzle-like storytelling, others have found it frustrating. At times, it feels like the writers are throwing ideas at a wall and hoping something sticks, says Variety. One moment, we're in a gripping family drama, and the next, we're watching a surreal montage of characters dancing through their trauma. Even the performances, which feature a mix of well-known TV veterans and fresh breakout stars, have been met with mixed reviews. Veteran actress Diane Lane, playing the stoic yet emotionally frayed matriarch, delivers what many have called an Emmy-worthy performance. Lane is the anchor in this storm, notes the New York Times She brings a quiet dignity to a role that, in lesser hands, would have been reduced to melodrama. On the other end of the spectrum, the show's younger cast members are less consistently praised. Some have noted wooden performances and dialogue that, at times, veers into the overly poetic. There's a certain self-importance to the writing that doesn't always match the execution, says IndieWire Characters don't speak so much as they deliver monologues, often in moments where a simple conversation would have been more impactful. Despite these criticisms, there's a growing faction of viewers who argue that Good American Family is a slow burn worth investing in. Much of this praise stems from the final 3 episodes, where, according to some, the show's scattered themes and loose threads finally begin to coalesce. If you can make it through the uneven first half of the season, the payoff is surprisingly strong, writes The Guardian What initially feels like a mess of disconnected ideas suddenly clicks into place, revealing a deeply emotional and cathartic conclusion. This has led to some interesting online discourse, with fans encouraging newcomers to push past the initial slog in order to fully appreciate the show's later revelations. It's a show that requires patience, one Reddit user notes. But by the time you reach the final episodes, you realize why they told the story the way they did. The messy but rewarding narrative isn't new to television. Shows like The Leftovers and 6 Feet Under were initially polarizing but later regarded as some of TV's finest. Could Good American Family follow suit? Or will it remain one of those almost great series that never quite reached its potential? Interestingly, some of the show's themes seem to mirror the reaction it has received. Much like the fractured, imperfect family at its center, Good American Family is something of a beautiful disaster. At times chaotic, at times frustrating, but undeniably ambitious. Whether or not its ambitions outweigh its execution depends largely on who you ask. Ultimately, Good American Family seems destined to be one of those shows that sparks debate for years to come. Is it a noble failure or an unconventional masterpiece? A show in desperate need of editing or a layered narrative ahead of its time? The only certainty is that, love it or hate it, it's a show that people will have strong opinions about. If nothing else, it serves as a testament to the risks Hulu is willing to take. And if history has taught us anything, it's that some of the most talked about TV shows weren't the ones that played it safe. They were the ones that left audiences arguing long after the credits rolled.